I am Batman. Average Sniper.
Hey, what's up guys? Average Sniper here, and welcome to another PUBG video. In today's video, I just want to bring you with me on my quest for a chicken dinner, talk about my gameplay, and also talk about the title, why it's important to have a long-range weapon. That guy got smoked. He almost had his shotgun loaded, and I was able to get a better shotgun off of him. Alright, so let's get right into this, guys. Landed here at the power grid, and this first match is going to be an example of why of how the game plays out when you have a long-range weapon. So of course, when you first start the game, you have to start with whatever you can get. Just shooting people in the face with a shotgun is fine with me until you run into that guy that's medium range with an assault rifle or SMG that just has an advantage on you. In PUBG with the shotguns, you pretty much have to get right in their face. I hear these guys fighting over here. I know one of them is right inside the building. I see him, and he gives me a perfect shot to his back. Now, I know the guy out here has a better weapon than me, but I'm doing so good so far on this landing, I decided to challenge him anyway. I hear he was about to rush me, but then he heard the click of the grenade and backed off. I threw it right in his face, but I think he had time to get some cover. Oh, I'm pretty fucked right here. One bullet left, but I still get the kill. That was an awesome way to start a match when you can take out 4 people with a shotgun. Man. So I got a Vector off that guy, and I got an SLR with an 8x scope. So I got my long range weapon here, and I'm just checking this building. It doesn't look like it's been looted, but there's usually somebody camping either inside or on the roof. At this point in the game, I have no idea if there's anybody here or not. I haven't heard anything, I haven't seen anything, but I still proceed with caution, and sure enough, we have a noob sitting on the roof waiting for me to come up the stairs. I only assume that guy was a noob because he was unable to kill me, even though he had a pretty good camping spot right there, and also his positioning far away from the stairs kind of gave me the advantage coming up the stairs. If that was me doing that, I would have positioned closer to the stairs, so I could have had a much better angle on the target. So now we have this SLR with 8x scope with this sweet skin that I bought for it. I spent a shitload of BP on some light blue skins. I forget the names of them that came out in the store. Usually you have to pay money for like almost every cool skin, but these were all right. So I spent like 300,000 or 400,000 BP buying the skins for each weapon. This guy is avoiding my shots pretty well. I can only assume he doesn't have a long-range weapon. Oh my god, there's a guy behind me. Perfect example of why it's good to have a long-range weapon. Only 20 bullets left. This guy is trying to take advantage of the gunfight and escape. It actually looks like he's got a sniper rifle on his back. Don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was out of ammo. I guess we'll never know. But you should probably fight back in PUBG. It's a good idea to fight back. So I looted one of the guys I killed, got some more ammo, saw this guy out here, engaged him. See, if I only had like a red dot or iron sights or a non-long range weapon, these kills would not even be a possibility. Look at this guy trying to juke me, man. It's crazy. Crazy how many people decide like not to fight back and just try to juke. I prefer to try and fight back unless I know that I'm totally fucked, unless I can get to some kind of cover. But some people will just keep moving back and forth, you know, like right in front of you. It's kind of crazy. Got that guy with a long-range scope. So obviously you can see by this gameplay that when you have a long-range scope, your options are just so much more open, especially on a map like this where it's hard for people to sneak up on you and you've got these long lines of sight. Here's an example of bad cover. This guy definitely had better cover than me, and it really shows. I missed a couple shots on him that I feel like I should have hit, but hey, it happens. I went into the next game, this time on Erangel, a map that's kind of similar to Miramar in the size of it, but there's a lot more options for cover. Still good to have a long-range weapon, but in this game, I don't get my hands on a long-range weapon as quickly as I did in the last match, and you'll see how different the gameplay is. It's so important to have that close-range weapon and that long-range weapon. So I run in here and I'm kind of surprised. I know a guy landed with me. He's looking for a gun. I'm looking for a gun. I'm not seeing a gun anywhere. I'm like, oh my god, he ran in right behind me. I finally get a shotgun. I'm like, oh my god, this dude doesn't have one yet. So I get a nice little shotgun headshot on him again. Starting off strong with the shotties in the last 2 matches. I'm liking it. I end up getting a barrel, and I move up to the next compound, and I heard a guy here. He was just, I think he was waiting for me, so I decided not to give him the satisfaction, and I would just wait for him. And he tried to take advantage of the sound in the game, but I heard him at the last second, and I was able to get him. Pretty good player, too, because he didn't even have a vest, and he got me about halfway down right there. I was very surprised by how close he got before I was able to hear him, because I wasn't sure exactly where he was in that compound. I decided to go for this buggy and see if I can get the F out of Dodge. I take the buggy and drive into the zone. There's been some sniper fire around, so I was kind of nervous to run up to that buggy. There was a guy real close to me that I was about to shoot, and his brains just got splattered. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just stay in this house, you know? So I finally had to get the buggy and leave. Now we're getting close to the end game. I think we're in going into phase 4 here. I'm trying to find a place for the buggy. This is one of the most annoying things when you have a vehicle, you're in close to the final circle, there's less than 20 people left, and you're just looking for a place to call home that you can just defend from. Also, keep in mind, I have a Bison and a barrel, both with just red dot sights. So I don't want to engage any long range, but I don't see any options other than going up to this little house right here. You know, there was no options, and this is going to be a place where I'm going to have to basically have a long range scope. So I decided to just kind of hole up here, and I ended up getting into one of the longest standoffs with one guy like in my life. There he is coming down the hill. And what I decided to do with this guy was, I knew he was going to take cover on that tree right there. I decided not to peek him from the same place twice, because I only have this. Maybe if I had a better scope, I would have been brave enough to do that, but I only had this little red dot. So I was like, every time I peek this guy, I'm going to peek from a different window or a different angle from outside the building, and he just won't be able to figure out where I'm coming from. Now, I have hit him a couple times, so I assume he's behind this tree healing, but there he is. He got a hit on me. See, the zone is coming in, and it's going to push him off that tree. So the last thing I want to do is charge out there and give him the opportunity to kill me. I throw a grenade at him, and I'm pretty sure that was my last grenade. After that, I only have a smoke grenade. So that grenade didn't kill him. Maybe wounded him, but definitely didn't kill him. And phase 4 has finally started moving here. I'm boosted up, I'm healed up, and I'm just waiting for this guy. There he goes, he's peeking again. He hit me, I hit him. We're just going back and forth now. And I'm getting a little frustrated at this point, but at the same time, I'm thinking, this guy obviously doesn't have a sniper rifle. Otherwise, he probably would have won the engagement already. I mean, if you had a bolt action sniper rifle right there, I've only got a level 2 helmet. It would just take one headshot, you know? And he's hit me in the vest a couple times, but the damage it's done tells me he's only using an assault rifle. So he's really not scaring me that bad. I know this guy is actually shaking in his boots because I'm the one with the good cover, and I'm the one he has to run to. I can only assume he's behind this tree healing up. I know he hasn't moved, because if he moved, I would hear him. And here comes a blue creeping in right at his back. He is going to have to do something soon, because this phase 4 blue, once it finishes, gets pretty chunky. Not incredibly chunky, but chunky enough. So I throw my smoke grenade just to see if I can coax him out. I figure maybe if he has a smoke grenade, he'll finally come out from behind the tree, and I'll be able to just shoot through the smoke and get him. And it actually works. Here he goes. Oh, I get a nice hit on him, and then he goes right into the smoke. So I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? And if you look at the kill feed, you'll see that he just died in the play zone. And I stared at the smoke just a little longer to make sure. He died in the play zone. That should have been my kill, man. If only I had a longer range weapon, I could have taken care of that much quicker. A much more powerful, much more longer range weapon. Just put one into his head and chest, and it would have been over. So I pull up here. There's a bike behind me. Tries to run me over, but misses. But my buggy almost finishes the job for the guy. What the fuck, PUBG? Come on, man. Luckily, there was a crate out here with some good stuff in it. And I found an SKS with an 8x scope and all the attachments, bro. Can you believe that? Look at this. So I finally got my long range gun, 2 kills, only 8 left alive. And I'm finally like, man, I feel like I can actually start shooting at people now and start engaging people that aren't right next to me. So I just go crazy, start shooting at people, start taking tires out of cars. I see a guy that moved down here. I don't think he knew I was there, but hit him with a couple shots while he was boosting or whatever he was doing. So I'm actually down to 5 alive, feeling pretty confident, even though it's a pretty low kill game. I feel like I was just completely held back by not being able to take those long shots, by not having a gun with a 6x or an 8x scope with some powerful ammunition, you know. Fuck. So now I'm just basically going in on this final circle. I'm like, this has been a boring game. I'm just going in on this. I'm going to try and get the win, but I'm also going to try and kill everyone, you know, that's left here. So, yeah, having a long-range gun helps a lot. And look at this. That was such a close gunfight. What a good player that guy was, man. If I hadn't had that 8x scope, I would have been dead for sure, man. Those scopes in the final circle, even though people are pretty close to each other, just makes all the difference in the world. I found a vest that was better health than mine, just laying on the ground beside a crate here. That helps tremendously. And now there's only one guy left. And I know because he's been throwing grenades in random places. I've seen that the grenades are coming from over here to the 200. So I know he's on the other side of the bridge. And I have to decide because the blue is going to push me and it's going to push him. Do I want to go under the bridge or over the bridge? So I make the decision to go under the bridge instead of over the bridge because I think over the bridge would have made me a much easier target for him to shoot. Plus, I don't really think he was expecting me to come over to his side from under the bridge here. So I finally make it over and I start listening for him and I can hear faint sounds and then I finally hear the footsteps close. And there he is. I got a good hit on him. I think it might have been a headshot because he retreated fast, but I'm keeping my muzzle pointed kind of in the air because I think he's right over here. Then I see him on the bridge. And I finished him off. What a good game. Long range scope makes such a difference, guys. Make sure you always have a sniper rifle. It's the difference between winning and losing. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. Later.